Just it is a revision. Already it is completed in the last class. Transport of gases. It takes place in two steps. Now first step, transport of oxygen from lungs to sun by blood. Right. Again it takes place in two forms. 90% of oxygen transported by RBC in the blood as oxyhemoglobin. Alright. Next, the remaining 3% only, what is transported in dissolved state through plasma. Now this is the two forms of oxygen transported by blood from lungs to sun. That means during transport, oxygen cannot transport in original form. That is 97% is transported by oxyhemoglobin. That means O2 is bound with Hb and form oxyhemoglobin. You know, this process is called as association. It is requires some factors. Partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of CO2, temperature, and hydrogen ion concentration. This is the four important factors. Now come to the second transport of gases, that is the CO2. The transport of CO2 from cells to lungs by blood as in the form of, now in three forms, that is 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide transported by RBC as carbaminohemoglobin. That is CO2 is bound with Hb and form unstable compound that is called as carbaminohemoglobin. This is 25% maximum. Not less than 20%. But maximum amount of CO2, that is 70% of CO2 is transported as a bicarbonates. The remaining 7% only 7% of carbon dioxide is carried in dissolved state through plasma as carbonic acid. Now CO2 plus H2O in the presence of enzyme carbonic anhydrase and form unstable compound H2CO3. This is carbonic acid. Right. Now come to this. Again carbonic acid is breakdown into bicarbonate and hydrogen ions in the presence of same enzyme carbonic anhydrase. Now this is the most important enzyme, carbonic anhydrase. Now come to this. What are the two important things? Every 100 ml of oxygenated blood, every 100 ml of oxygenated blood can deliver only 5 ml of oxygen to the tissue. Oxygenated blood, it carry oxygen from lungs to tissue. How much oxygen is delivered to the tissue in 100 ml of oxygenated blood, just to 5 ml. Right. Now come to it is a reverse. Every 100 ml of deoxygenated blood can deliver only 4 ml of CO2 alone. Now this is the revision. I already told you. Now come to a new topic, that is the regulation of respiration. Right. Now come to this. We are discussing breathing and exchange of gases. In this chapter, almost 90% topic is syllabuses. 90% topic of the chapter is completed. Respiratory system contained in two parts. Respiratory system consists of two parts. Contained in part HL. It is completed. Right. The respiration is having 5 steps. Breathing is also called as pulmonary ventilation. Completed. Mutual exchange of gases between the air and blood at alveoli. It depends on partial pressure of gases by simple diffusion process. It is completed. Transport of gases is also completed. O2 and CO2. Again, the mutual gases exchange takes place bulletin cell to brain. This is the fourth step. The fifth step, cellular respiration. It is in detail in the next chapter. The fifth step in the respiration, how oxygen and glucose, how O2 and glucose both combine and break down and form 36 ATP in the mitochondria. That is cellular respiration. It is the fifth step of respiration. We can discuss in 14th chapter. Some complete chapter is there. The fifth step, cellular respiration as a Krebs cycle, glycolysis. This is the next step. Now come to this. Right. Regulation. Regulation. What regulation? Respiration. That means our respiration is under regulation. Before going to this, now we must concentrate this term, regulation. In each and every system, in each and every organization, if the regulation is there, the functions become systematic. If the functions become systematic, the success rate will be automatically increases. For example, if you take the college system, college organization, right? In this college organization, students, teaching, teachers, lecturers, non-teaching, attender, clerk. That means three groups is there. One group is students, one group is teaching faculty, another one is non-teaching faculty. In addition to these three, some principal is there. The principal can regulate. If the principal can regulate students, teaching staff, faculty, the success of college day by day increases. That bring a good result. Where the regulation is there, result will be automatically very excellent results. For example, the regulation is also takes place in every house. Right, wife, husband, children. Right. One of the head is the family head, home department head. Your father is a regulate your activities. Right. You are daily coming to the college in time or not. They can inquire to the principal, sir, my son is coming to the regular in time or not. Right. Again he is coming to the house within the time. Now, right. He is watching the mobile or TV or the regulation is very required. Right. If the regulation takes place in every organization, that organization brings a good result. Like digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, reproductive system, each and every process in our body is under regulation. Now the topic is respiration, how it is undergoes regulation. Sometimes we require more oxygen. When you go to the hilly area, the breathing rate increases. At that time, our body requires more amount of oxygen. Now, when you are not working, you are sleeping. At that time, low oxygen. When you are working or running, that means according to the time, according to the need, our body requires different amount of oxygen. Based on this, the regulation is required. Now come to this, regulation of respiration. Alright. The regulation of respiration by neural system. Our body is having ability to regulate the respiration process according to need of body. If the body require less, sometimes less. If the body require moderate amount of oxygen. If sometimes body require more amount. This is the need of oxygen to the body according to need. When you are sleeping, less amount. When you are normal, moderate. When you are running and fast jogging, running, then it requires more amount. According to the need, oxygen to the body, our body is having ability. Ability mana body lene undi. The body is having the ability to regulate the respiration according to the need of body. See, now this is by this regulation by neural system. That is neural nervous system, brain. Now this is the brain, right? Forebrain, midbrain, prosencephalon, mesencephalon, lobencephalon. So I cannot explain the total brain structure now because it is having another separate chapter. End of the chapter is there. We can discuss what is the parts of brain, what is the function of the brain. Not now possible. If it is touch the brain structure, this topic will be eliminated. It will be taken to 2 hours, 3 hours. Due to this, at the time of nervous system, right? I can explain what are the parts of the brain, subparts of the brain, what is the functions of the brain. Now just listen. Right? Now it is the brain. Among this brain, this is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is of some part of the brain. Right. Respiration rhythm center. Now what it is? It is medulla oblongata. In this medulla oblongata, it is some point, some center. This is the some not total medulla oblongata. A respiratory rhythm center in it. Now it is a point. This point belongs to which part of the brain? Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata and part is a part, small point. This point is the center for respiratory rhythm center. Respiratory rhythm center. Now it is what it is? A small point. This point name is point parent. Respiratory rhythm center. It is a small point. This point is present in kidney or brain. In the brain, medulla oblongata. So this is the total medulla oblongata. In this medulla oblongata, it is some point, some small point. This point name respiratory rhythm center. Okay. Now come to another center in pons orally. It is the brain. After the medulla oblongata, another part. This is called as pons. Just to keep in our mind, the brain containing many parts. Cerebrum, cerebellum, right? Optic lobes, diencephalon, medulla oblongata, pons. This is the part. Like what is this part? Medulla. In this medulla, what is this point? Point mean respiratory rhythm center. Now respiratory rhythm center is present in which part of the brain? Medulla. Like another center is also there in pons. So pons orally and medulla, this is the two parts of the brain. Like some other parts is also there. How many parts? How many centers we can discuss in detail at the time of nervous system. Just to keep in our mind, name the two parts of the brain. What is the part of the brain? Medulla oblongata. What is this part? Pons orally. In this medulla oblongata, it is some point, nuance. This point name is called respiratory rhythm center. Now, what is this part? Another part, console. In this part, another center is there. This center is called a nematotoxic center. Nematotoxic center. This point name is respiratory rhythm center. Respiratory rhythm center. This point name is called as nematotoxic center. Nematotoxic center. Nematotoxic center is present in pons. Respiratory rhythm center is present in medulla. Right. The function of respiratory system is under control of nematotoxic center. Nematotoxic center is the function to control the respiratory system. Right. Now come to the receptors are associated in aortic arch. Now let's take the center. A chemocenter. Now it is another center. See. Now what is this total? See. It is the brain, suppose. Now this is the parts. Among these parts, right, according to situation, this part is called as medulla. This part is called as pons. We don't know what is this parts. We can discuss later. Name the part. Name the parts. Pons. Now it is the point which is present in medulla. This is called respiratory rhythm center. Now it is another center which is present in pons. Is called nematotoxic center. Nematotoxic center. Another center is present near the medulla, which is called this is chemosensitive area. Chemosensitive area. What is this total? Brain. You know, according to situation, you know two parts. Medulla, pons. In the medulla, some point is there. This point is called a respiratory rhythm center. In pons, some point is there. This point is called a nematotoxic center. That means, name the center in medulla as respiratory rhythm center. Respiratory rhythm center. It is called as nematotoxic center. Another center is there. Chemosensitive area which is nearer to medulla. That means three centers. Chemosensitive area. Sensitive area. That is for chemicals. Chemosensitive area. Now this chemosensitive area, it is very sensitive for carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions. Right. If it is carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions is a moderate, not less, not more in the blood, it is become inactive. If carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions is increases in the blood, it will be activated. It will be activated. This activity, when it is activated, rhythmic center control this chemosensitive area, detect the right changes in carbon dioxide and hydrogen in the blood. When it is stimulated, it gives the signals to the respiratory rhythm center. The respiratory rhythm centers can change the system respiration according to me. Now this total function is under control of nematotoxic center. Now, what is another one? Receptors associated with aortic arch and carotid arch. You know, in lower classes. Now it is the heart. Now, these two are called as auricles. This is called as ventricle. right ventricle, left ventricle. Now the left ventricle contains pure blood. This pure blood, passes through a blood vessel. This is called an aortic arch. This wall of aortic arch containing receptors. Now what is this wall? Whose wall? Wall of. It is also this blood vessel which supplies blood to bone. This is called as carotid artery. This wall is also containing receptors. Now name the blood vessel aortic arch. Name the blood vessel carotid artery. These two blood vessels containing receptors. These receptors can detect the changes, that is CO2 and hydrogen ions. Right. If the carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions increases in the blood, immediately these receptors can detect the changes. Then the signals go to the respiratory rhythm center. Right. The respiratory rhythm center receive the signals. According to the signals, they can monitor. That means the function of rhythm. See, the respiratory rhythm center, it is the main regulator. That this regulation is under control of pneumatotoxic center. Is it? Now, 1, 2, 3. These are the three centers which are present in the brain. But these receptors are present in aortic arches and carotid artery. Right. When the blood passes through carotid artery and aortic arch and carotid artery, these receptors stimulate and give the signals to respiratory rhythm center. The respiratory rhythm centers receive the signals from receptors and also chemosensitive area. Chemosensitive area, which is the center, nerve center, neuron centers nearer to the medulla oblongata. This detects the changes of carbon dioxide and that means in our body, in our body, two areas are there. That areas detect the increasing of carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion concentration. Blood lo carbon dioxide plus hydrogen ion concentration పెరిగినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ఆ లెవెల్ ని ఎవరు డిటెక్ట్ చేస్తారు? రైట్, కీమోసెన్సిటివ్ ఏరియా. ఈ కీమోసెన్సిటివ్ ఏరియా ఎక్కడ ఉంది? బ్రెయిన్ లో ఎక్కడ? నియరర్ టు మెడుల్లా. అలా రెండు బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్ మీద, ఈ రెండు బ్లడ్ వెజల్స్, ఇదేమో బ్రెయిన్. కీమోసెన్సిటివ్ ఏరియా ఇస్ ద బ్రెయిన్ లో. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఏరియా nearer to medulla oblongata. This sensitive area can detect the level of carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion concentration. So this is the function. The same function is also carried by receptors which are present in the two blood vessels. Name the two blood vessels, aortic arches and carotid. Now these two blood vessels is having a specialized receptors. These receptors can detect the increasing of carbon dioxide and these two means right, chemosensitive area and also receptor. These two signals, these two detect the carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Then these two send the signals to respiratory system. Now this respiratory rhythm center, they can receive some message from these two. According to message, they can moderate. This is the function of main function. But దీనిని కంట్రోల్ చేసే another center for sponsorship, that is pneumothoracic center. Now this is about the regulation. Now on this next one, right, respiratory values and capacity. It is very important. Respiratory values and values and capacity. It is somewhat difficult. It is not easy understanding. First of all, you listen. Listen. Right. Right. Now it is a body. Some body. Right. Glass body. This capacity, suppose 1 liter. Capacity is 1 liter. Other than 1 liter cannot accommodate. It stores some liquid. That liquid, how much liquid? 1 liter. The 1 liter is the capacity of this body. But half liter I given, right? I pour water. The remaining half liter Now this half liter is a value and capacity. Value, amount of water. This another half liter is oil. The total capacity is 1 liter. In this 1 liter, what is this half of? That is the value. Water value, half liter. Oil value, half liter. But both capacities, 1 liter. This is one type of knowledge. But now, take another type of knowledge. It is very important. See. Right. Sometimes, no. See, respiratory values in capacity. Now what is this? TB, tidal value. Now, before going to this, now I want to say something. Actually, at the time of respiratory system, I want to explain this topic, but unfortunately, I will forget. See, this is the trachea. Suppose. Now this is the trachea. Windpipe. Trachea. Now, see, mouth, buccal cavity, external nostrils. It is mouth. Now it is a basic. It is AC. Now it is internal nostril. Now it is the pharynx. Now what is this? Esophagus. Now it is the trachea. Now what is this? Bronchi. Now once again, what is this? Trachea. Suppose this is the trachea. Trachea. Just imagine it is the trachea. Now this is the cavity. Now this is the wall. This is the opening. This is the opening. This opening of, it is the opening. This is the opening of trachea. Is called as glans. But what I am saying, good. Sometimes we can breathe inside, we can breathe outside with forcible. Suppose I have experimentally, practically, I am showing to you now. Right? It is normal. Now sometimes breathing inside, that is inspiration, forcible inspiration. See, this is forcible inspiration. Right. During forcible inspiration, some pressure will be there. Right. At this time, the wall will be collapsed like this. The lungs will be collapsed. Due to forcible expiration. If forcible inspiration is not collapsed, if it is a forcible expiration, గట్టిగా బయటికి గాలి వదిలినప్పుడు ఈ వాల్ అంతా అతుక్కుంటుంది. ఈ అతుక్కోవడాన్ని ఏమంటున్నామంటే కొలాప్సింగ్. If it is collapsing, next time inspiration, next time inside రావడము, it is very difficult, leads to death also. Right. But now it is collapsing. Now it is another. It is an arch. To prevent the collapse of wall. Now this is the wall. Right. Inside the trachea. Now for your understanding, I bring the bag. This is the bag. Gazu. Amai using gazu. Now what is this? Trachea. Now inside. Now this is the right. Some rings will be there. Cartilaginous rings. See, lopala, inside the trachea. Inside the trachea. Now this is the, see, it is the trachea. Tube of a tube is ఈ ట్యూబ్కు లోపల క్యావిటీ ఉంది కదా అన్న, ఈ క్యావిటీలో ఇప్పుడు ఇలా దిస్ ఇస్ ది రింగ్స్, కార్టిలేజినస్ రింగ్స్. డ్యూ టు presence of rings, right, that trachea never collapse. Right. This is the trachea. Now you are seeing external. Now it is internal. Now this is internal. Internally, trachea. Trachea. Internally, trachea is supported by rings, which are made with cartilage. That is incomplete. That means, suppose now. That is, suppose it will be break is there. Okay, total break will be there. Okay, now this is the band. This is inside. Now, see, C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Like rings is there. Rings, cartilaginous rings, which are inside the trachea. Due to presence of these rings, this never will collapse, even though forcible. Right. Now come to this. What is this? Latch. Due to ever opening, that means trachea is ever open. How it is possible? Due to presence of incomplete cartilaginous rings. Due to this, the air can easily and fast passes. If it is collapsed, after the collapsing, now it is come to the normal, it will be take some time. Once it is collapsed, if the rings are absent, local rings లేనప్పుడు ఈ వాల్ ఏమైతుంది, కొలాప్స్. ఒకసారి కొలాప్స్ అయితే మళ్ళీ తిరిగి నార్మల్ రావడానికి టైం టేకన్. But oxygen supply is continuous to the cell. Due to this, that leads the death. Just listen, I am saying. Now once again, finally, right. Now this is the trachea. Is it? Trachea. Now is external. Now it is internal. Internal to the trachea, some rings is there, which are made with cartilage, not bone. Hence, cartilage rings are present in the rings at regular interval. Akkada unnai. What is the need of these rings? Where it is present? Inside the trachea and also bronchi and some of the bronchi. Trachea, bronchi and some bronchi. This is the internal cartilaginous rings. What is the need of cartilaginous rings? Due to presence of cartilaginous, this cartilaginous rings is a support to the trachea and bronchi. The bone is a support to the body. If the bones do not see, bones is removed, the total body is collapsed. We cannot die. ఎముక ఎరిగింది, కాలు ఎముక ఎరిగింది అంటే కింద పడిపోతుంది, కానీ మనిషి చావదు. అలాగా how the bones give the support to the body, this cartilaginous rings give the support to trachea and bronchi and some bronchi. Hence, outer air easily passes and with fast into the lungs, and inner carbon dioxide is also put outside very fast. Right. This is the most important. Right. Another one, if the rings are elements are due to some forcible inspiration and forcible expression. The trachea is collapsed. Now this is a collapse. If it is collapsed, right? After collapse, if it is as a collapse, the air cannot pass. Is it? Collapse in the air locally cannot. But right, if it maybe it come to the normal, but time taken process. Time taken process. Collapse in the normal రావచ్చు రాకపోవచ్చు. ఒకవేళ వచ్చినా time taken. చాలా time తీసుకుంటుంది. But the oxygen is continuous process to the sun. Due to this, some supporting structure, some regulation is there. Right. Now come to this next. Now, respiratory values. Tidal value. The value of air inspired or expired during normal breathing. The amount of air inspired or expired by a person during normal. ఎంత తీసుకున్నాము అది ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ అవ్వచ్చు ఎక్స్పైర్డ్ నార్మల్ that is definition of tidal value. What is the rate of tidal value? 50 mm. TV tidal value. The definition of the rate and the amount. What is the definition of tidal value? The value of inspired air or expired air during normal breathing at normal person physiological activities. How much? 500 mm. But in 500 ml, in one breath, in one inspiration, but 6,000 to 8,000 per minute, right? 12 to 16 times breathing rate. But this 500 ml is belongs to which value? Tidal value. For one inspiration, but it is per minute. Not perfect. Ion. Inspiration reserve value. The additional value of air for a person in one forcible inspiration. Right. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఇలా మాట్లాడుతున్నా, నువ్వు పడుకున్నా, రైట్, పరిగెత్తుతున్నా, ఎవరితో మాట్లాడుతున్నా, రైట్, ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ జరుగుతుంది, ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. నువ్వు నిద్రపోతున్నప్పుడు కూడా ఇన్స్పిరేషన్, అది నార్మల్. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి నేను చూపిస్తున్నాను. ఇది forcible inspiration and normal inspiration. In forcible, this is ion. Inspiratory reserve value, additional value of air by a forcible inspiration. Additional value. Right. What is this? TV. Tidal value. Tidal value is the normal amount of air. Normal amount of air enter into the trachea by normal inspiration. It is forcible inspiration. Right. Now come to the here. Yes. Expiratory reserve value. The value of air by forcible expiration. Forcible inspiration, forcible expiration. Right. This is the 4 values. Now come to the reserve value. The value of air remains in the lungs even after the forcible expiration. Forcible expiration tarvata, forcible inspiration kaadu, forcible expiration tarvata lungs lo unna air result. That is 1100 ml to 1200 ml. Right. Now this is the 4 value. By adding of these few values, capacities. Now, alright, capacities. Right. Now, IC capacity, inspired capacity, inspiratory capacity. Right. TV plus IR. నేను మీ క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నాను, లోపల గాలి వెళ్తుందా ఇలా, అది నార్మల్గా నేను గట్టిగా పీల్చుకున్నాను, నార్మల్గా వెళ్తూనే ఉంది, దానిని సి వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ ఎయిర్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్పైర్డ్ ఎయిర్ డ్యూరింగ్ నార్మల్ ఐదర్ ఇన్స్పైర్డ్ ఆర్ ఎక్స్పైర్డ్, లోపలికి తీసుకోవచ్చు బయటకు వదలవచ్చు. ఎప్పుడు ఒక నార్మల్ బ్రీతింగ్, నువ్వు ఒక నార్మల్ బ్రీతింగ్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు లోపలికి వెళ్ళిన అమౌంట్ లేదా నువ్వు నార్మల్ బ్రీతింగ్ లో బయటికి పంపిన అమౌంట్ వాల్యూని ఎంత 5. ఇప్పుడు నేను నార్మల్గా కావాలని గట్టిగా పీలుస్తున్నాను. దిస్ ఇస్ ఫోర్సబుల్ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్. మరి ఈ ఫోర్సబుల్ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ ఇక్కడ ఏమంటున్నాం? ఇన్స్పిరేటరీ రిజర్వాయర్, అది అడిషనల్ అన్నప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు దీనికి ఏం తేడా? ఇది ఇన్స్పిరేటరీ కెపాసిటీ, ఇది ఇన్స్పిరేటరీ రిజర్వాయర్. ఫోర్సబుల్ లో నువ్వు ఎంత అడిషనల్ తీసుకున్నావు అంటే ఫోర్సబుల్ రెస్పిరేషన్ లో నార్మల్ ఉంటుంది, ఫోర్సబుల్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ రెండు కలిపితే ఐస్ ఇన్స్పిరేటరీ కెపాసిటీ. అలాగే టీవీ ప్లస్ ఐఆర్వి, దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as ఇన్స్పిరేటరీ కెపాసిటీ. అర్థం కాలే? ఎంత ఎక్కువ వెళ్ళింది, అడిషనల్ గా వెళ్ళింది, ఇది టోటల్ గా వెళ్ళింది. రైట్, నువ్వు నార్మల్గా నీకు ఆకలేకపోతుంది, రైట్, మామూలుగా రైట్ 500 grams తిను, నార్మల్గా నీ 500 grams. ఇప్పుడు బాగా టేస్టీగా పెట్టావు 200 గ్రాములు ఎడిషనల్గా తిన్నావు. ఆ ఎడిషనల్ 200 గ్రాములు, ఈ ఎడిషనల్ ఇది టోటల్ నువ్వు తినింది 700 గ్రాములు. ఆ 700 గ్రాములు టోటల్ ఐస్, టోటల్గా లోపలికి వెళ్ళింది ఐస్. ఈ ఐస్లో నార్మల్ ఎంత? 500. అడిషనల్ ఐ, దట్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజీ. Easy. That is total value of expired air. That is TV plus ERA. This is easy. Now come to the FRC. Functional residual value. Functional residual value. The amount of air remains in the lungs after normal expiration. Normal expiration తర్వాత ఎంతైతే ఉంటుందో లంగ్స్ లో, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as functional residual value. The functional residual value, that is ERT plus RV is equal to FRC. Functional residual, amount of air which remains in the lungs after forcible expiration. Now come to the right. VC, vital capacity. The maximum volume of air. The maximum volume of air of a person can breathe. Breathe means both inspiration is there, expiration. Maximum of breath lo enta తీసుకొని ఎంత వదులుతాడు, that is right. ERV plus TV plus IR. what is the capacity of lung to accommodate A? That is RV residual value plus ERV plus TV plus IR R లేదా VC plus R. Residual value vital capacity రెండు కలిపితే capacity TC total lung capacity. This is capacities, this is the values. Two or more values together form capacities. This is the capacities, this is the this is right. Respiratory reserve values, respiratory values and respiratory capacity is very necessary for a diagnosis of respiratory system. Your respiratory system is properly functioning or not there అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఈ వాల్యూస్ ఈ కెపాసిటీస్ హెల్ప్ చేస్తాయి. బై దిస్ వాల్యూస్ అండ్ కెపాసిటీస్ we can diagnosis the function of respiratory system. It is very important in the diagnostic centers. Your lung proper functioning are not there. So based on these values and estimations. Okay. It is somewhat difficult. I can explain at the once again I can explain in direct face to face in classroom teaching. Okay, thank you.